Details of the service and the reason for King Charles's second coronation in Scotland are provided. The coronation of King Charles took place on May the 6th at Westminster Abbey, and was a magnificent display of British pomp and pageantry. The King and Queen were crowned at the Abbey in front of over 2,000 spectators, and millions of viewers watching on television during the historic event. As they travelled to and from Buckingham Palace, they took part in 2 processions, and they stepped outside onto the balcony to take a famous photo. They were watching a scaled-back RAF fly past at the time. However, in accordance with historical custom, the couple will experience it all over again in Scotland on Wednesday, July the 5th. Even though the second coronation will undoubtedly be the highlight, it is just one of the activities that make up Edinburgh's Royal Week. Following the union of the crowns in 1603, King Charles has a second coronation in Scotland to symbolise his new status as King of Great Britain as well as of England. After King Charles I was crowned at Westminster Abbey in 1625, there was the first repeat coronation. The Scottish Parliament asked that the monarch be installed also in Canada. The second coronation, however, was held at Holyrood in 1633. Because the king took his time. After King George IV's coronation in 1822, the custom was put on hold until Queen Elizabeth II reinstated it in 1953. By participating in a second coronation in Scotland, King Charles is following in the footsteps of his mother. King Charles will take part in a royal procession from the Palace of Holyrood House, the recognised royal residence in Scotland, to St Giles Cathedral. The Royal Regiment of Scotland will accompany them, as well as the Prince and Princess of Wales, who are known as the Duke and Duchess of Rothesay in Scotland. At a national service of thanksgiving that starts at 2:15 p.m, the new king will be given the honours of Scotland, including a second crown, one of the most significant pieces of Scottish royal regalia, including a crown, sceptre, and sword made of gold, silver, and priceless gems, can be found in the honours of Scotland, the oldest crown jewels in Britain. The late 15th and early 16th centuries are when they were created. The military and police will accompany them to the royal procession, and they are typically kept at Edinburgh Castle. When Queen Mary of Guise, then 9 months old, was crowned in 1543, King James V was the first monarch to don the crown of Scotland. The last time it was utilised was after Queen Elizabeth passed away. It was placed on her coffin during a service at St Giles Cathedral prior to her funeral last September. During the service, the historic crown jewels will be handed over to King Charles. The service will also include the Stone of Destiny, also called the Stone of Scone. Since centuries, Scottish monarchs have used the historical artifact as a seat during their coronations, and King Charles used it in May. The king will be presented with the new Sword of State, the Elizabeth, in one of the ceremony's most notable moments. The original Sword of State, also known as the Papal Sword, was commissioned to be replaced. It is thought that Pope Alexander V gave King James IV the sword as a gift in 1494. The original sword is in such delicate condition that it can no longer be used. On Wednesday, July the 5th, King Charles will commemorate his second coronation. After his mother Queen Elizabeth II's passing on September the 8th, 2022, the King's ascension to the throne, this will be the first coronation celebrated in Scotland. The day's complete schedule is as follows. People's Procession leaves Edinburgh Castle Esplanade at 1:15 p.m. Arrival of the People's Procession in West Parliament SQ. At 1:30 p.m. The Honours of Scotland Crown Jewels leave the Castle Esplanade at 1:40 p.m, escorted by the military and police. Arrival of the Honour at West Parliament SQ. At 1:50 p.m. As of 2:05 p.m, the royal procession has left Holyrood Palace. Arrival of the royal procession at St Giles Cathedral at 2:10 p.m. 2:15 p.m. Start of the National Thanksgiving and Dedication Service. Service concludes at 3:15 p.m. At 3:20 p.m, the King and Queen leave St Giles. A royal gun salute from Edinburgh Castle. The royal party arrives at the Palace of Holyrood House at 3:27 p.m. RAF flyover at 3:40 p.m. Other occasions will follow, with several engagements planned for July 6th. A trip to Selkirk, the Lich Cairn of Scotland weaving mill, and the Great Tapestry